Hey, good afternoon, good evening, rather. Good evening, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media platforms, YouTube. Hope y'all doing good out there. Me, I'm doing blessed. So tonight I want to talk about growing and developing. You know, life is about growing and developing. You can't stay young forever. You can't stay a kid forever. Eventually, you have to grow. You have to grow. Life is about growing and developing. Developing, I say developing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. Today was as I say, a bittersweet day. It was a sad day, really. A place I've been working at for years. We had to shut the doors in a couple days. Yeah. All y'all that know me from working at the mall, I was told today that in a couple months we probably have to shut things down, operation, but it's not the end. It's not the end. I tell people, sometimes things happen for a reason to either better you, make you, or sometimes things can happen to break you. But in this case, I think it happened to make people. And like I say, working, at that place, man, the owners, man, they good people, man. Like I say, I won't mention no names, but man, I love the owners, man. They bless me. That's something I would never forget. If I ever won some millions of dollars, I definitely have them in mind to look out for them because they looked out for me. Working in that spot, I was able to accomplish a lot of things in life that I never thought I would be able to accomplish. And people who helped me in life and put me in situations where I can grow and develop. Man, I never forgive them for that. I never forget them, and they'll always be loved by me. Because man, it was just a blessing. I came across an opportunity and a blessing of a lifetime, and I think what happened is it just better. What happened. Far as the doors closing, I think it was a sad thing, but I think it was for the better. You working for somebody, working at somebody's establishment for over the years. Sometimes you feel like, man, maybe you need to branch off into your own thing. Like I say, I'm a humble guy. I never, forget, the owners of the place I was working. They gave me a great opportunity, and man, I'm always love these people for what they did for me. It's just a blessing. But in my mind, it's like I'm an ambitious person, so I always want to be. It's like I ain't gonna say I'm never fulfilled, but I've always wanted to own things in life and have my own. Whether it was a barbershop, a business, a home, my own everything, and I've been able to accomplish a few of those things. But I just think it's time to, try to further my quest in life and, just own my own business. Like have my business where I'm running and have 10 or 12 people working under me where I'll be able to generate some revenue and help people and do things I always wanted to do. Like my dream is to open a boxing gym in the neighborhood I grew up in. We didn't have that growing up. No, we had the karate school. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember. See, I'm so Roseland. I'm so wild hunters, as they say. I'm so Roseland. I remember the karate gym on 111th and Wabash. If you don't remember that, I don't. If you say you from Roseland, you've been around there all your life, and you don't remember that karate gym on 111th and Wabash, you ain't really Roseland. But anyway. My brother, daddy used to take me and my brother there when we was kids. I had to be about 5, 6 years old. My brother was like 11. He was 6 years older than me. So we used to go to that gym, and I wish that gym would have stayed around. And I wish my brother, daddy, would have stayed in the picture, because one thing about him, man, he was old street dude, old stone to the bone type dude. But, when he was in the picture, it was a little discipline around the house. So, he kept us in karate school up there. I don't know if my brother probably remember, but I remember. And I always said we needed stuff like that in the neighborhood because, man, look, I lost 2 of my cousins in that neighborhood to violence, gang violence. And I just wish, a lot of these guys that was, picked up these guns, if they knew how to fight, they probably wouldn't have ran to them guns to shoot. They probably would have threw hands. So I always said, when my money get right, I want to open a boxing gym in the neighborhood I grew up in and try to, produce some world boxing champions up out of there. That's always been a goal and dream of mine because I love boxing. So that's what I want to do. I want to open me a barbershop first, my own shop, get my own shop established, open that first. And then, once I generate enough revenue, try to find some lenders or people that's rich, filthy rich, that like to donate their money for charity or, as write-offs, help a black brother get a business, a non-for-profit boxing business in a poverty-stricken community, a community that needs saving, So if any of my rich donators out there, hey, help a brother out, if you can, But that's what, regardless of I get help or not, that's a dream and goal of mine that I'm working towards. I always wanted to open a boxing gym in the community I grew up in. And just have something for the kids to do, the kids to learn, discipline and self-defense and, just give kids an outlet, where I grew up at. Hopefully it can be a boxing gym and a basketball, center. Because like I say, they don't have that type of stuff no more in these communities. Like when we grew up, we had the YMCA, but I don't know if that's even active anymore. Saturdays we had YBA basketball leagues. I know a lot of my homies that's probably watching this video remember that. We used to have fun back in the day. These kids nowadays, they don't have none of that. So my dream and goal is to one day open up a boxing gym in Roseland. That's just the dream and goal of mine I had. I didn't box when I was younger. I wasn't a good scrapper, as they say. I had to learn at an old age, I took boxing classes later on in life, and if we would have had that when we was younger, it'd be a different story, but yeah, that's what I want to do. And like I say, life is about growing, man. I also want to, like I say, open up my own barbershop, because I've been working in, my homegirl shop for years now. And like I say, man, bless her heart, man. This woman and her husband, man, and her brother-in-law, they gave me an opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm very appreciative. I'm very grateful for them. I thank God that you know I've met these people because they good people. Put it like that, And it's funny because you know I used to work with the female owner of the shop at a hospital. And me, I'm strictly professional at that job, rather. At that job, I love that job, so I wasn't trying to flirt with none of the women. I was strictly professional. Now at Saint Bernard, hey, I'm notorious in there. If you ask anybody about me in Saint Bernard, they're gonna say Moody was a MF. But at my other job, where I met this young lady, I never knew she owned. My point of the story, I never knew she owned a barbershop. I used to see every day, hey, what up, what up, what up, But, her brother-in-law, gave me an opportunity and hired me. And then she walked in and said, Moody, what you doing in here? This is my shop. I said, man, look, why you didn't tell me you owned a barbershop, man? I'd have been up in here, but that was just the story how I met the young lady. Well, I've been knowing her, but that's the story on how, I got acquainted with them and, met her husband and met, her brother-in-law and, her mother, her kids, beautiful spirit, man. And, like I say, I'm very appreciative, man. But like I say, life is about growing, man. And, sometimes you have to, develop and grow and venture out on your own, when people bless you with those opportunities, and, one good thing, like I said, when people bless you with those opportunities, you take advantage of them, and you be appreciative of them because, it's rare that you come across opportunities like that. So I'm very appreciative, but one thing I did learn working in there, I learned about how operations and barber business go. I learned a lot just watching, seeing how the revenue works, seeing, excuse me. I know location is key. Location is key when you opening a business like that. If you got a business like that with a heavy traffic flow, the business is going to prosper. All you have to do is the groundwork by recruiting, making sure things is running right in there, making sure day-to-day operations is good, and just being a presence whenever you need it. Sometimes when you got the staff, when you got the business staff fully, most of the times if you dealing with adults and people that's mature, the business will run itself. So one thing I've seen working in that shop is that most of the time business run itself and the money just circulates through the business. And location, like I say, is key. Recruiting is key because you don't want no knuckleheads in your shop. Like you don't want nobody in the shop rolling up blunts in the bathroom and smoking weed in your shop and drinking every day in your shop. You don't want none of that. It's like, man, look, we got to keep it business. Now you can, like in my shop, if I, when I ain't gonna say if, when I open my shop, it's okay to drink on your downtime in the back, have like a little back office room where people, break room where, you want to drink, chill, take a break from what you got going on out there. Long as, it ain't affecting what you got going on and out on the floor, you good. And in my shop, I'm gonna recommend that nobody drinks until business is done because I don't want no complaints of, your barber pushed my lining back because he was drunk or high. Nah, not in my shop. You want to get a crispy, you want your cuts to be, you want people to come back. That's the goal too. You want to get barbers working in your shop that's hungry, that take pride in what they do, that love their craft, that love making people look good, that's going to generate revenue and that's going to bring people to your business. Because the more people you have coming to your business, the more successful your business is going to be. And your business is going to thrive. It's going to thrive. So I learned a lot of that working in that shop. And, I'm just appreciative, man. It was a sad day today, but it was at the same time, it was like, hey man, that's a part of life. Life, you're gonna grow, things gonna happen in life that you may not, be too fond of, but everything happens for a reason. And I always say things that happen is part of God's plan. Everything that happens is part of God's plan. Just know that as well. Everything that happens is part of God's plan. Don't look at it as like somebody doing you wrong or somebody bogus or, this ain't fair. Look, in life, I've learned we go through things and they all a part of God's plan. Either what you're going through gonna make you or it's gonna break you. But you gotta have tough skin, and only the strong survive out here. And one thing I say is, when you go through tough times, make tough people. Tough times make tough people. Tough times make great people. And I don't look at this as a tough time. I look at this as like a challenge. Like it's what I say. It's like, I can't say it's inspiring me, but it's somewhat like it's inspiring me to produce a better me. You understand if y'all understand what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, because I talk, I kind of talk weirdly sometimes, as y'all can see. I say 100 times. I know y'all see I say that a lot, when I do these blogs, but I'm working on that. Work with me. I'm working on that. But yeah, so yeah, man, it was a sad day today, but like I say, things happen for a reason. And that's how I look at things in life. God has a plan for everybody. And whatever in his plan is going to either make you or break you. And I'm looking forward to the future. I see a bright future. I just, like I say, one thing about me, you just got to avoid negativity and foolery. You got to avoid that stuff. And you'll be good out here, But yeah, life is about growing, man. You have to develop, you have to grow. You can't stay in the same place forever. Like I'm gonna be honest, and I don't knock people for this. I respect everybody who do what they do. If that's what make you a living, now I respect that. I love that about you. You show that you are dedicated person. You consistent. Like people like that, I respect the hell out of. You've been on your job 30, 40 years. I respect that. Because that's consistency. If that's what you got to do to provide for your family and take care of your kids and look, I respect that. But as for me, it's like, I remember working at, I'm gonna say this hospital, St. Bernard. And I can remember my boss telling me, like, my boss probably told me 100 times at that job, Moody, I'm gonna fire you. Moody, if you do this again, you fired. Moody this, Moody that. Moody, I'm writing you up. And I used to work at that job and be angry. It was like, I hate coming to work. One time I was at work, I drove to the job in the parking lot, sat out there mad, just like, I hate this daggone job. I drove right back out the lot and went home and called in and called off. And she told me that day, well, you calling off late. I'm going to have to write you up. Oh, well, write me up. I'm not coming in. But I was so upset that I had to go in that job that day because, I don't know, something made me mad. Well, somebody did something. I think they told on me or something. It was something bad. So I knew right then and there. My point of this story is I knew right then and there that was just a stepping stone for me. I said, man, I can't keep working this job that I hate coming to. Like, that's one thing I don't recommend for people. You know, I respect that a person work a job 30, 40 years. But if you work in a job 30, 40 years and you hate going there, man, look, that's a tough cookie, man. I couldn't do it. So I knew that job was just a stepping stone for me. And my point of this, it was like I had to grow out of that job. I had to grow out of that job. I had to have something happen to push me out of there to grow. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, for the past 3 years, it felt good waking up every morning. Every morning, it felt good waking up when I wanted to go to work. Why ain't have no boss telling me, hey, if you don't come to work, you fired. Y'all don't know the peace that come behind that. Look, I'm on here right now. I've been working a 9-to-5 job full time since I was 17 years old. Wait, 16. 16. Because I used to work at the food basket on 103rd when I was a kid, and I was 16. And from 16 to 39, I've never been without a job. Never. And that's crazy, man. To work all them years, most of them jobs you hated going to, but I'm gonna tell you the enjoyment I get waking up every morning, going to work when I want to go to work. Y'all don't know the enjoyment that's felt off doing that. So I just knew working that 9-to-5 like that was a stepping stone. And you don't want to go to a job where you're unhappy. You don't want to work somewhere mad every day. You want to go somewhere where, and you want to also go to a job where you appreciate it. You promote it. One other reason I left that job, I felt I gave them so much and worked so hard. I'm gonna tell y'all what I once did at that job. They had a psychiatric unit, and a patient had absconded, had escaped out of the ER. So I chased this patient to try to apprehend him and bring him back into the hospital, which I shouldn't have did, But what happened is, this patient was finna jump on the train tracks on 63rd. I chased him all the way down onto the expressway, trying to catch him and bring him back. I know I must have been on some type of drug back then, because I don't even know why I did that. I was crazy. But right before this patient was going to jump onto the track to electrocute himself, I snatched him off and brought him back into the hospital. So I felt like, man, that was a good deed I did. I should get promoted for this. Man, this woman looked over me to get promoted about 3 or 4 times. She promoted like 3 or 4 people over me. So that third person she promoted over me, it was like, that's it. I'm not appreciated here. I don't want to work this job no more. I need to grow anyway. This job is stunting my growth. And I left, man. Went back to school, got my degree. Went back to school, got another trade. Went back to school, got another trade. And now, God has blessed me to be able to work when I want to work, and that should be the goal in life, to not work when you want to work, but work in peace, work when you don't have a boss nitpicking you and standing over your back, hounding you, saying, If you don't do this, you fired. Like, who want to work in those conditions? Too stressful. So I had to grow out of that. I had to grow out of that job and find me another job to that I liked. And I did. So like I say, life is about growing and developing. You don't want to stay stagnant or stay at a standstill somewhere where you unappreciated, not liked, always under the eye, as I call it, always nitpick. Like, if you're working in those conditions, I'm gonna tell you, it's not the end of the world. There's plenty of jobs out here where you don't have to work in those conditions. I say get up, just push yourself. Get out there and see what it's like. And that's what I feel like what me not working at this shop at the end of the month is going to do. It's going to push me to be the best me. And it's going to push me and motivate me to have my own shop where, I don't have to worry about is the shop going to close today? Is the shop going to close tomorrow? I'm going to have that power to open and close and shut the shop, and that's what I'm working towards. And that's what, like, in so many words, the owner was saying that today, like, and like I said, man, one thing I can say about that shop, man, she blessed us, man. I won't, I'm always have love in my heart for them people, man. That woman, her husband, look, man, they have blessed everybody who worked in that shop. And just appreciative, man, and I say I'm gonna miss all them guys, but like I say, once I open my shop gonna be the door gonna be open. If you ever worked at me at that shop, my door gonna always be open for them brothers, man. I don't care who. Look, all them brothers I worked with at that shop. When I open my doors at my shop, all them brothers welcome to come, man. My door gonna be open for them brothers because there were some good brothers I worked with, man. And all of them. I'm talking about from the years I've been there. Well, maybe one barber. But that's because, man, this barber, man, I think he's in jail for murder now. I don't know, but he was just something else, man. I would never let him work with me in my shop. Like, I think he went to jail for murder or something like that, killed his wife or something. I don't know. Somebody told me he was out. I don't know, but he can never work in my shop. But all the other brothers that work up there, man, man, look, my door open. When I open my shop, you brothers is more than welcome, man. Y'all need a place to cut, Vail got y'all. Cause we finna make this happen, man. Definitely finna make it happen. And like I say, it's it's a stepping stone, and it's life is about growing, man. Life is about growing. And I think this is gonna help everybody grow, and yeah, life is about growing and developing into a better person, a better you, developing your better horizons for yourself, growing into become what you're destined to be. You got to grow and become what you're destined to be. And you can't do that being at a standstill. You can't grow and be who you're destined to be if you're at a standstill. Sometimes you got to get pushed out that nest. You get pushed out that nest, man. You gonna spread the wings and fly. You know what I'm saying? So that's my talk for tonight. Y'all stay tuned. Hey, keep in tune. I'm gonna keep y'all in tune. And big things coming real soon. So if you like this post, video, subscribe to the channel. Like I say, man, talk about life, barbering, a lot of things, interesting topics, interesting subjects. So if you like this, please like this, subscribe, and comment. Please. I see people watching my videos. I see 40, 30, 50 people watching, but nobody is commenting on them or liking or subscribing. Man, I need y'all subscriptions, man. Subscribe to the video, because pretty soon it's going to be bigger than that. You know, I ain't even start going, you know, public with everybody on these videos. So just subscribe, man. If you rock with me, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.